Back to you.
All right, Edward Lawrence, thank you.
Let's bring in Republican Senator Jim Banks out of Indiana, northeastern part of the state there. And sir, good morning to you. Here's what happened in your hometown of Fort Wayne yesterday. General Motors will be making operational adjustments at Fort Wayne Assembly, including hiring temporary employees to support current manufacturing and business needs. We continuously update and revise production schedules as part of our standard process of evaluating and aligning to manage vehicle inventory. So that was an interesting development. Sir, let me ask you this. The 10% across the board tariffs don't go into effect until tomorrow, which enables the administration really to do negotiations all weekend long. Where do you think we are on Sunday night or Monday morning on this?
Well, these other countries are already coming to the table, and this is what's brilliant about what President Trump is up to. He's put other countries on notice. You're not going to take advantage of us anymore. They're already reacting. Canada and Mexico is begging President Trump to come to the table and negotiate their tariffs down and do away with our tariffs too. We know this is going to be disruptive, but there's a silver lining and good news in the midst of all of it. And as you said, it's happening right in my hometown at a General Motors plant that's going to pay more in overtime and create hundreds of new temporary, hopefully permanent jobs and make more cars in America. Because General Motors, a great American company, actually makes less cars that they sell in the U.S. than Toyota, Honda, or Subaru do. So we want General Motors to make more of those cars right here at home. I'm the son of a factory worker who worked in an auto parts factory in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Those are good paying jobs that provide a shot at the American dream to a lot of families like mine. And that's what President Trump is bringing back to America.
I know that you all will have a lot of votes in the Senate coming up this weekend. That's going to be about the budget and tax cuts and everything. But no doubt tariffs will be a part of this. A lot of Democrats had things to say about tariffs yesterday. Listen here.
These new tariffs are misdirected, unsubstantiated by facts, and harmful to the very workers we represent.
What is this going to do to American families? It's going to clobber them.
Will be betrayed by a reckless trade policy the administration is pursuing. These tariffs are going to hurt all Americans.
Do you think that that is a short-term view? And can Republicans message the longer-term view and exercise some patience or urge people to have patience to see President Trump's vision through?
Well, it's shocking that this is the rhetoric coming from Democrats. They do not care about working class families in the United States of America. In fact, these are the same Democrats that later tonight or tomorrow morning are going to vote against a budget framework that will extend tax cuts on working class families. I mean, this is unbelievable to me that the Democrats who used to say that they represented the working men and women of this country now want the biggest tax hike to happen on working class families and small businesses. That's who they really are. That's what they stand for. President Trump and Republicans are putting the men and women of this country who go to work every day and make work hard and make a living to put food on the table. We're putting them first, and Democrats are putting them last.
Last topic here. Dana mentioned it, a big vote. It cleared one vote yesterday, 52-48. I want to ask specifically about that. But Chuck Schumer may have something to do with this in terms of the timetable. Just roll this clip here from the Democratic leader.
You're going to see a whole lot of amendments going after Donald Trump and the Republicans on a whole bunch of issues where they are favoring billionaires and against families.
Okay, so we'll see how that goes. My question for you is this. Some Republicans, Hawley, Murkowski, Collins, they had questions about the fate of Medicaid. Can that issue be resolved? And if so, when does this bill get passed on behalf of the Senate Majority Leader John Thune?
Well, President Trump has made it very clear we're not going to touch Social Security or Medicaid. It's just that's the fact of the matter. And the budget framework will begin the process. That's what will pass after the vote-a-rama tonight, the budget framework. It'll go to the House after that, and then that will trigger the reconciliation process where we cut wasteful spending and at the same time fund the border wall, we fund the mass deportation effort, and then we make the tax cuts permanent, make those Trump tax cuts from the first Trump term permanent on working class people. I mean, it should be offensive to any working man or woman in this country when Chuck Schumer is talking about billionaires, when it's teachers and factory workers and mechanics and working class people that those tax cuts are going to help more than anybody else when you make them permanent. So that's what Republicans are focused on. That's what President Trump is focused on. That's what we're going to begin the process for tonight without cutting Social Security or Medicaid.
All right, Senator, thanks for joining us today. Have a good weekend as you
Thank you,
vote
sir.
away
Thank you.
on the
Thank you.
Vote-A-Rama.